Hey y'all, this is Benny at Football Model Yard, and I finally finished another kit. Finally finished this Charger that I started on last year. Had little paint problems that you might recall. I didn't make it look like this. Actually, this was for MC Model Works Appreciation Group Build, which ends in May. May. Yeah, ends in May. So you want to get on it, you still have time. Hosted by Show Ride Garage. But I'm going to set this camera up and we're going to take a look at the car. If I can pause it. So there she is. 1967 Charger. 426 Hemi. Painted up in a Dodge medium blue from Scale Finishes. This is a part-time race car. That's why it's got different wheels on it. It's got slicks on the back with steelies. And usually on the street, the car is found with Kragers all around, the old Super Sports. This car belongs to a guy named Arthur. Arthur is married to a girl named Jasmine. They were married in 1964. And Arthur was drafted. Found himself in 1965 in the Yadrang Valley with Hal Moore and Bruce Crandall. Arthur learned to fly while he was in, after he got out of basic. So he flew Hueys with Bob Crandall. Never one to say no. He did whatever was needed, even going beyond what was needed. Well, Arthur did his time, and he got out, went home to Jasmine. And like most returning combat veterans, he was restless. Restless, agitated, needed an outlet. And she knew that. Arthur used to drag race. You know, nothing big, just home-built cars. All Mopars, because he wasn't insane. He used to drag race the big Furies, and then the smaller Furies, and when they came out in '62 with the 426 Max Wedge. While he was in country, he, you know, a lot of guys, they'd get magazines and they'd see cars and dream about them, and that's what I'm getting when I get out. So he had to go racing again, and she knew that. She knew he needed something to do, a thrill ride. But when they were shopping for cars, he was looking at something smaller. But she informed him they needed a bigger family car. He got the hint. So they were looking at, he really liked this Charger. Plus it had the fold-down rear seat, lots of room, and a big 426 Hemi. And Jasmine approved. Arthur went racing. He was successful, many of his races. He was able to tune a Hemi, unlike like a lot of guys can't. It's a finicky motor, not really a good street motor, especially the solid lifter Hemis. So this is in its early life. The most he could do after he got the car, you know, is put a set of slicks on it that he had from his Furies. he didn't get around to, he hadn't gotten his headers yet, or cutouts and stuff like that. So anyway, Arthur and Jasmine are still married today. He still has the Charger too, though she's now strictly a race car. It looks nothing like this. We got 2 daughters and a son, and they're all doing well. So let's take a look at this car. Now, the interior is not exactly the color I wanted. I wanted a navy, but I didn't have one on hand, so I did it in this regular blue. It's a pretty nice kit. It's got a lot of detail with it. I like the separate door handles and wipers. The separate medallion on the back end, and it even comes with a side view mirror and an interior mirror. Oop. No antenna though. I'd have to put my own antenna on it. It does have a lot of detail at the front end. Really nice grill. It's got a separate chrome strip for the hood. And has this end. It's got its slicks on it. I didn't glue those on, so I can change them up anytime. I gotta be really careful because this bare metal is, you know, bare metal. There's a back end. Louisiana license plate, 1967. Yeah, I like this kit. It's really, it goes together nicely. That paint doesn't want to stick to it so well, though. Yep. Be careful how I grab it, because I'll knock something off. There's the underside. Separate exhaust, separate prop shaft, rear end. None of that's attached, which is good, because I don't really care for that. It's got a pretty nicely detailed front suspension. Interior, I don't think you'll be able to see it too well. Dashboard is nice. Oop, let me get my hand out the way. Now the difference between this one and the AMT, on the dashboard, I think the dash on the AMT might be a little better, because the gauges are separate from the dashboard. And the tail lights on the AMT actually has the vertical strips that run on the tail lights, where these are smooth. The vertical tail strips are a lot, they're more accurate. But they both have their good. I mean, the interior is really nicely detailed. A lot of chrome bits in it. I use the, well, you probably know that already, the embossing powder for the carpet. Can't really tell a color difference, can you? And the back glass has that nice curve to it that the Chargers had. Let's see if I could open up this hood. We'll take a look at the underside. This kit has a different kind of hood, that it has the hinges on it. So if you wanted to, you can display it open with the hinges. And you can also take it off. That's pretty cool design. It's got pollen all over it. I should have dusted it off, huh? It's got a cutout for a scoop, and it actually comes with the a scoop. Arthur didn't get around to putting that on yet. There's the engine. I use Detail Master distributor set. It's got a Detail Master distributor and wires, which I think I'm going to use. Hey, damn, a wire came out. Damn, I didn't even see that. But I think I'm going to use Detail Master distributors on just about everything I do, car related. Ooh. I could take this off very carefully because it's hitting on that wiper motor. I went ahead and put a couple of return springs and a rod on the carburetors. Now I didn't use Fireball carbs on this one. It would have set up way too high because that's a lot of clearance under there. I gave it a throttle cable. I could have done a better job on that. I didn't put a dipstick though. The alternator fits kind of funky. I didn't like that at all. But I wanted to get this thing finished, so I went ahead and done that last night. Finished her up. There's wire separators, if I can get it in camera. Wire separators on the plug wires. I did a fuel line with coming up from the fuel pump with a block and a splitter going to the two carbs. So that is your charger. Let's see if I can put this back on without tearing up anything. Hey, bird. That was another good thing about this kit. I didn't have to glue the floor pan on the body. None of that's glued. The interior is not glued in. The floor pan's not glued in. It just snapped together so tightly. These were a little finicky. You got to get them lined up just right or they'll just keep snapping off. And you can do like that. Push it down. Push it in a little bit. And there you have it. These crankers are detailed, pretty nicely detailed wheels. If I'd had a magnifier, I could have got that blue center in a little better. The raised letters on the tires. It's a Goodyear and it has a tire size on it. On a Polyglass GT, really nice treads. This is a nice kit. I like it. I never did care for this body style too much. I prefer the second generation Chargers. But yeah, you see this kit, pick it up. It's got a lot of good detail in it, and a few options that you can do. Either make it an all-out drag car or a street strip car like Arthur did. So there she is, a '67 Charger for the MC Model Works Appreciation Group build, hosted by Show Rod Garage. And done. Now I can get on to something else. This is Benny at Football Model Yard. Thanks for watching. We'll see you.